So the streaming wars, you all know what's going on. You've got King Disney, or Queen Disney, if you want to call the king. The king's now queen if you're thinking of woke things. And they have got Disney Plus, and they have ESPN, and they got Hulu, and they have all those packages you can put together because they got a lot of gold there. They got ESPN, they got Hulu and everything that's in there, and then they got Disney Plus. So they got a lot of muscle. But then there's Netflix with this massive, massive library and building its own things. I mean, I became a Netflix subscriber. I mean, like absolute subscriber, dedicated, and I haven't looked back. Like about 7 years ago, House of Cards. The Biz Doc Babe and I would binge on like 2-3 House of Cards episodes one evening, like 8 to 11, once a week. Once you start having kids, you don't have that. You got homework and everything else. But I remember binging, and I just fell in love with some of the things that Netflix put together. Well, there comes Disney, and here comes Paramount Plus. And then there came, what was it, Peacock, who took one of the NFL playoff games and said, we are the only ones that have it. You know, like that, what was that little guy in Lord of the Rings, Gollum? My precious, I have the game you want. And so you had to get Peacock to get that. So we're going to talk about the streaming wars, what's going on. And here's the chart. The chart is coming back. There's the chart. Disney Plus losing ground in the never-ending streaming wars. Well, the reason they're never-ending because there's always something going on, like Peacock paying a whole bunch of money to the NFL to get one game, one playoff game, and putting it on Peacock, and that's what's called the paywall effect. Oh, you want this game. You have to buy into Peacock. I did it, and I told the Biz Doc Babe, read the fine print. How long is the subscription? She said, you may cancel at any time. Great, cancel Monday. We're watching the playoff game. So we paid $6 for a playoff game, and then we canceled. If Peacock you're watching, no offense, no hard feelings. You got what you wanted. I watched the game on your network. You got $6 from me or whatever it was. I got what I wanted. So those are paywall effects that are trying to create barriers to other companies like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Paramount. However, it's also pissing off consumers. You're trying to get more of them to grab Peacock, but you're only putting one game out there. You need a collaboration between all of the channel sets, everything you have in there. And streaming wars, not even on this chart is YouTube TV, who I think it was YouTube TV that backed up the truck and paid a whole bunch of money for NFL Sunday Ticket. And NFL Sunday Ticket used to be only on DirecTV, and all my friends and everything had DirecTV. Had a great channel guide. You know, you had a satellite dish on your house. You had like 30 channels of music on the end too. So there was some value there, but NFL Sunday Ticket was the anchor, the ongoing anchor, not one playoff game. So how is everybody doing? We go to COVID, everybody goes inside to the home. And everybody's in their house, and they're streaming and watching and binging while claiming that they're, you know, working from home, or in the case of Jeffrey Toobin, doing certain things from home while on a Zoom call with CNN. You know what that is. Anyway, so on the chart, you can see Netflix. Look at this. Netflix now at 260 million through early 24. And we pulled this from company filings, thanks to our good friends at Charter. Charter, you can get a weekly newsletter, kind of interesting stuff, but giving them credit where credit's due. We pulled this from their work and we validated it because I went in and looked at company filings too to make sure, was there anything additional in here I wanted to talk about? And here you go. Netflix is at 260 million. Look at Disney Plus. Gee, they've had a little issues there. So they were up over 150 million. Now they've slacked down. There's a leveling effect. Look at Paramount Plus. Just a little engine that could. They're trying to build a business there. And you get it. You get Peacock. So what's this saying? It's saying that before Hulu and before the streaming wars, Netflix was taking off, and we were all getting a Netflix subscription. And you got it for your laptop. Netflix then popped up last year in terms of stock price. Why? Because of profits. Why? It doesn't look like that the subscribers jumped a lot. Netflix cracked down on sharing your password with your buddy. So they would check the IP address of your device, and you have a phone and you have a laptop, but as soon as you got past a certain number, then Netflix is there with a German accent. What are you doing there? Too many people are using the same account. And suddenly that got people to actually pay for their own account. But it's sort of interesting. It's like having Netflix freemium, thanks to your friend, and you're loading up on and you're binging all these things. Wow, this content's pretty good. This stuff's good. I'm enjoying this. Great. And then what happens? Then they say, hey, I can't share my password with you anymore. Why? Well, they kind of caught me and everything, and so you got to buy your own. And they're like, well, the Netflix stuff's pretty good. I mean, $16 a month. Okay, I'll pay it. That's like what? 2 Starbucks, in the morning, donut in the Starbucks, $8, $9. So you do that twice and you have Netflix for a month. Easy math. So Netflix also popped up. Well, guess who's thinking about doing the subscriber anti-password sharing boogie? The mouse. The mouse is about to come down on us and say password sharing is verboten, and so we can't do it there either. But the interesting thing is Netflix is at 260, Disney's only at 150. So you would think Disney, with all the Marvel, all the stuff, I think they got, and of course all their own stuff, my gosh, all the princess stuff, everything else your kids want and everything. Although all the princess movies are being remade with like angry trans people. So better watch out, Disney. I know a lot of parents are sitting there going, how bad do I want Disney Plus, and how good is YouTube TV getting? Maybe I go to the evil empire YouTube TV and ditch you, especially since right now the package, Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. But what did we just hear about ESPN? It's going to get together with Fox and all these sports things to create a Super Sports. So now you just pay for the Super Sports and you pay for Netflix and maybe you pay for YouTube TV. And guess what? Man, that kicks Hulu right in the ass. See how that works? So the streaming wars, remember, it's also good for you and me. Pay attention to what you're watching. Pay attention to what you're paying for. Be an informed consumer. Send them emails to the customer service saying they do listen, and tell them what you like and don't like. Make your own choices. But I think ultimately the streaming wars are going to be good for consumers everywhere because it's going to give you more choice and the streamers are competing. And YouTube TV was just a baby. Hulu went right past it with live television, and everyone thought, in the streaming corporate offices, they were convinced that everybody wanted to pay for live TV, that you got to have the ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox on the live TV, local. When we had it in Dallas, it was very important. We would get those little tornado warnings and hail and weather warnings. Very, very helpful stuff. Well, guess what? The thinking was everybody wanted to have live TV. That is proven not exactly to be the case. And so people are content to say, hey, look, I'm going to get a text message notification on my phone for an Amber Alert. My phone goes off, there's a tornado. So the fact I don't have live TV, that's okay. And I have all those commercials with the shows on network. I'd rather just go to Netflix and pay something and get no commercials. There you have it. That's where it's going. So very interesting stuff. So be an informed consumer, and the sports app is coming. ESPN is stuck now at like 25 million subscribers for ESPN Plus after I think it peaked at 26, but it's been stuck. So it's not growing and it's starting to slip. And they just made this announcement that they're going to join forces with everybody and create this Super Sports app. Really? Wow. Interesting stuff, interesting times.